I now need to get Twitch to recognize you're live.
Fancy.
There we go. Snap Circuits Junior Select.
Yeah. So we can talk about that if you like.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We can talk about that because
Yeah. So
yes,
basically,
replace cards.
I had to go to the toy store
Mhm.
anyway to get my kid some birthday
Nasal.
presents, and I saw
Oh,
this, and we had
and
talked about me doing some like soldering and like more like quote unquote real crafts projects on stream.
yeah, I
And
guess.
I was like, well, this will be good because like I could possibly use something like this to kind of demo. Hey, here's what we're making today. Or
Oh,
here's
dear
a rough
Christ.
mock-up. Like I could prototype things with this kind of
Mhm.
board.
Oh
Which,
dear. Hello, everyone who's joined the stream. It's good to have you here. Joe is doing circuitry of some
ooh,
kind. And I'm still sewing my unicorn thing, but I think I might be finished like within an hour. But I've got my bullet journal, so I can get started for March if that's the case. You're not late, you're just in time.
yeah. Oh, I realize I haven't even opened my YouTube chat yet.
Oh
Oh
no.
no, poor YouTube chat.
Oh
Sorry, yo.
no.
So welcome, Vibali, Matram, Cawthon, and Jean. Glad you're here. And Computer Pigeon, and also Cleo's cat.
Forgot it. Today was craft stream day. Time to get a doodling. You gotta get to doodling. That's the law.
It still says
Or
Pokemon Legends Arceus on my Twitch stream. It shouldn't. It should say Arts and Crafts with Zombie.
it says Arts and Crafts on ZombieCleo, but the game is Pokemon Legends.
Oh, fancy. Yeah, let me. Edit stream info.
Meow. Meow.
Done.
Have I done this wrong? I may have done. I think I need to sew it like that. Hello, can I help you? That's my face. Kitty, kitty. Look.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not going to craft today. Atlas is here. Oh no, she's going. Good, there we go. Yeah, I've immediately done this wrong. So let's unpick the bit that I've done wrong.
How did you immediately do it wrong already?
I was supposed to fold it in half and then sew it, and I just started sewing it like immediately, like a melon, because that's what I am. Mini Cheese Masters resubscribed. That's an 11-month. That's almost a whole year.
I wonder if that's important somehow.
11 months. I can't believe I've been. Well, I must have been doing it for about a year because I was doing it for about maybe 2 weeks before I got affiliate.
Mm-hmm.
So it must be nearly a year I've been doing this. At least you found out you were wrong early. I mean, that's true. That's true.
Vicky
Arguably. Oh, no, carry on.
I was gonna say Vicky Hamlin asks, "Are those pinball machine parts?" No, but like that's the sort of thing we could work our way up to. This is just a basic electronics kit for children that I got in a toy store because toy stores still exist, but Radio Shack doesn't. So if you wanted to just do electronic stuff without ordering stuff online, this is your option, really.
Or you could order stuff online.
Yeah, but that takes time to arrive.
I would argue so does not being able to find the kit you're looking for.
But this, well, what I'm saying is though, I was at the toy store anyway for my daughter's birthday shopping, and I saw this and was like, "This is." But the amount of additional work is reaching out and putting it in the cart and then paying $35 for it.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's so compared to like trying to figure out exactly what thing I want and like comparing a million things.
And
it's like,
choo choo.
oh,
We have a
where's
hype
my
train.
whistle?
Where's the whistle, Joe? I need the whistle. There we go.
There you go,
Thank
Cleo
you, Tiff
hype train.
Apocalypse, who has resubscribed for 11 months. And Snowmeath and Trans Arachnia for all the biddies. It's all very appreciated.
Okay.
Well, yeah. 11 months. I remember you told us Ren helped you get set up. He did. Ren was very, very patient with me. he did sometimes teach me how to suck eggs, but you know, that's a given when you're teaching somebody something different. You need to go over the basics just to know that they know the basics.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, and that's why we've got this super basic children's electronics kit here. This one is simpler than the one I had when I was a kid. The one I had when I was a kid had springs on it, and you used wires to connect the springs, and like there were like each of the so each component on the board had like 2 different springs, and you could wire stuff across them and stuff. This one is a snap circuits kit, and I've never heard of this before. But apparently the wires are inside of these metal snap-on bits.
That makes sense.
And so you snap things together somehow.
I would imagine so. Thank you, Bakura and Paleo, for the biddies. It's very appreciated.
Okay, so let's see if I can figure out how this works. Just a basic circuit.
So starting with the basics. Yep. That's all we need here. All we need.
Okay, so like I just take the battery holder, and I can just put this down. How do you actually secure stuff to the thing?
I don't know. You tell us, Joe.
I snapped it on.
Okay. With snaps, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Right, now I've done this part of the white one, I need to get over to the other side of this little ear to do the pink part. Should have planned this out maybe better, but you know, this is my thing. I don't really plan stuff out. Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, Arena, for the 5 community gift subs. Very much appreciated. Oh my goodness. Aw. Morning, NJ. Morning, Strabo.
Morning, everybody.
Like, very much morning where Joe is. It's afternoon here, but you know, I'm trying to be inclusive of Joe because he's very tired in the mornings.
It is morning, but that's why I've got coffee, and I ate pizza before we started the stream.
You ate food!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm proud of you. Well done.
Yeah, because I got my daughter a big old pizza for her birthday, and so now I get to eat the leftovers for breakfast.
Is it her birthday?
It was yesterday. That's.
Oh, okay.
Hence the toy shopping story.
Yes. No. I figured.
I didn't buy her a pizza today, on the morning of her birthday and be like, "Happy birthday! Here's your breakfast pizza."
Here's your. I don't know when you celebrate things. Thank you, Psycho Methan, for the 10-month resub, and thank you, Transarachnia, for more biddies. Very appreciated. And all going up into the hype ceiling. Thank you very much. Oh, it's not our birthday. It's Joe's kid's birthday. But thank you for wishing her birthday as well.
Mm-hmm.
They sell a kit to replace the battery with a plug. God, no. I guess the voltage is probably a bit too much for putting a plug in this kid's set.
Yeah, this is a 3-volt kit. But yeah, I mean.
Wassa has subscribed with Prime. Thank you very much indeed. I do appreciate the subscription. If you look to your left and to your right, you'll see there are no exits. Throw hands if you got them, everybody. If you don't got them, that's fine. You're in a zombie horde. You can replace them with other people's. It's fine. It's fine. No, it works well. It's built for those kits. I know the voltage out in America is weak, but
it's
a 110.
110's still enough to cause you some trouble.
Oh yeah, no, but you know it's still weaker than what we've got.
Oh, they've
Yay!
They've got a huge never connect things in a short circuit thing. So yeah, because you know, even with 3 volts, you'll cause problems. Not for yourself, but you'll ruin the kit.
I mean, short circuiting is not that big of a deal.
Well, you don't want to ruin the thing that you bought.
No, that's fair, but it shouldn't be that much of a huge deal. You're supposed to save up for Cleo. This is how I get you to spend your points before I have to suffer through Cleo woe. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can high five and low five Cleo. You can technically, I suppose, with the dominate.
Oh my gosh. It has
What?
it has little helper characters named Snappy
Oh my god.
with the speech bubbles.
That's so cute. Thank you, Michaela, for the 5 community gift subs. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, also
Good
happy
job.
Groundhog Day to everybody in England. And everybody else too.
Oh, is it Groundhog Day?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's the one where a rodent predicts the weather.
I mean, in fairness, that's actually several holidays you're describing right there, but okay.
Fair. I mean, I didn't think it was a bad one.
Mm-hmm.
It's February 2nd yet. We just had Lunar New Year, and now we're going to deal with Groundhog Day. And then it's the best one. It's Pancake Day.
What is Pancake Day?
You know Shrove Tuesday?
Wait, is that another word for Fat Tuesday or
Yeah.
Naughty Tuesday?
Lent. It's beginning of Lent.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of the things that people in the UK do is they make British pancakes, not American pancakes, obviously, and they fill them with all the stuff that they're not supposed to have over Lent. And yeah, and it's Pancake Day, so you have pancakes on Shrove Tuesday. Blue Kitten has subscribed. Welcome to the Horde. If you look to your left and to your right, you'll see there are no exits. So yeah, so we get to have pancakes as a holiday tradition.
Nice.
That's good. Why don't you join Origin Realms?
Because I don't know what it is.
I have no idea what that is. That's why.
And also, if you told me what it was, I probably still wouldn't do that because I'm a contrarian.
I mean, yeah. And also because I have no concept of what it is.
Yeah.
How did my display name came to be? Oh, I used to play on a roleplay WoW realm, and Cleo was my name. And I used to play as undead, so you know, ZombieCleo.
Ooh, undead.
Yeah, like the Forsaken were the best race because you know, tragic backstories a go on a blooming RP realm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've got to put in my horn. My horn goes in here. And somehow I've got to fix it in from this side.
Oh, it says for best results with the light, turn off other lights in the room. Oh, that actually does make the light easier to see.
Okay.
Okay. But the problem is, okay, I think I need to get the extra components out of the way so that I can just showcase what we've got here.
The thing that you is working on.
We have a very basic circuit here. We got a battery box, we've got a white LED, and we've got a switch. And when I press the switch, see, you can signal with that. So you can use that as like a telegraph
That's a Morse
key.
code in the making. Well done, Joe.
Mm-hmm. What I should have done was have like something prepared in Morse code, like I don't know, the beginning of the Iliad or something. And so somebody would be sitting there with a notebook writing out, "An angry man. There is my story. The bitter rancor of Achilles, prince of the house of Peleus, which brought 1,000 troubles upon the Achaean host." What the heck is Joe doing now?
I mean, what isn't Joe doing now is a more sensible question.
Yep. So
because you're more likely to get an answer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, we got our first tip of the stream from Mouse Mac, who says plans coming together for the Nashville trip. Very excited. Well, good for you, Mouse Mac. That's going to put us 11 away from our first face camera expansion. Thank you for supporting the show, and good luck with your travel plans. Okay. So there's two different kinds of switches that came with this. An on and off slide switch and the normally open push button switch. So
yeah,
let's see. So the on and off switch is much more what you'd expect. So this is kind of comparable to a lever in Minecraft, whereas the other one was comparable to a button in Minecraft.
Levers and buttons. Are you just planning out? You still planning out your base at this point?
Not exactly. Um,
Just trying to get better at redstone?
no, I'm trying to get better with actual electronic circuits.
Okay, that sounds sus.
Well, mm, I mean, so the thing is, remember I said that for my base I was gonna surround it with a garden of of electronic components.
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah. So this is like this sort of stuff. Although these are like the Fisher Price. Do you have Fisher Price there? This is like the
Yeah, we do. We
yeah.
do.
This is like
We
the
have
Fisher Price version of this, right? So like instead of just having a resistor, here this kit has a resistor on a board, like with snaps. So
I guess that makes sense.
because yeah, you might want that.
You might want to make your lights dimmer.
Yeah. So let's go ahead. I have to figure out how to. I'm used to working with wires, and it does actually have some snap wires here. So
Yeah.
part of me wants to just be super lazy and just not use the snapping parts.
You just want to put wire. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll just use the snap wires rather than the like rigid ones. Because like I'm like I think I have an odd number of things I want to put in this circuit now. I guess I would just use two shorter ones here or something. I don't know.
Watching you hand stitch is making my fingers hurt. It's making my fingers hurt because this needle is for children and it's incredibly blunt. But I promised myself I'd use everything in the kit.
Oh, okay.
I don't recommend using this needle that they give you. Thank you, Vespa Geek, for the 5-month resub sub. Okay, Cleo. It says hello, Cleo and Joe. Oh, hello to you.
Welcome. Okay.
We are, yeah. Terrible blooming needle aside.
Oh, that's a phototransistor.
I'm just attaching the horn.
Okay, so
You can see I've attached it on one side.
oh, that needs the resistor in there, doesn't it? Okay.
And Joe is over on Joe's channel making
Circuits.
I was going to say a mess, but you know, I figured I'd be nice. Thank you for the biddies pushed. It's appreciated.
Okay. So, coming out the positive terminal, we have our switch here. That runs to the 100 ohm resistor, which runs to the color diode. Well,
Hi, baby.
so now it's doing a light show.
Can I help you?
Somebody says, can I say hi to Cleo from them? Well, you know you can open up Cleo's chat and type things to Cleo there. That would actually be the recommended mechanism for that.
I mean, yeah. I don't have Joe's chat open. You can say hi all you like. I won't see it.
Okay.
Got to fill the hype ceiling. Oh, the hype ceiling's doing quite well this morning. I know it doesn't normally fill up quite that quickly. Well done, guys. I'm impressed. Yes, Kitty, I know. This is Atlas, by the way, who's the loud one. If you want to see what she looks like, there is an emote of Atlas. Hi. Come on, man. Come here. I don't have any treats. You ate all the treats last night. Yep. Here we go. Don't hit the camera.
I promise I will.
There we go.
Okay.
Thank you for the biddies, Paleo. I have a kitty. Can't do anything on screen while I have a kitty, but I have a kitty.
Okay, so we are going to move the battery pack to the other side now.
And I just got...
What is Cleo making? A unicorn blanket.
Yep. Started it last week. Gonna finish it this week. This appears to be not about me, and that is unacceptable. Yeah, that's pretty much how cats are sometimes. But only when they want it to be about them. No! No. Mm-mm. Back.
So Project 4 is a light-controlled color light, and it'll use the photo transistor to control the amount of current that goes into the lamp, which will change then the color displayed by the lamp. So in theory, as I make the ring light above this brighter and darker, it will change the color of the LED here.
I gave her a chair. She's now
Maybe
happy.
not.
Should change the colour of it.
Well,
I mean, that's changing colour.
it's let's see, what is this? It should. Oh, it changes the brightness, not the color. Dang it! So the brighter it is, the brighter the LED is glowing, which is unhelpful because it doesn't show up on the camera at all as brighter necessarily. Because,
it does show up as different colours, though.
Yeah, but it was already changing colors. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
Hope we get
I think we need a way to invert that.
That would be nice if we had Minecraft color changing lights, but only if they had like a certain input. So you could have fixed lights of different colors as well. Have I seen Pearl's cat nugget? Yes, it's a very pretty kitty. But all kitties are pretty. Are you happy there? Are you satisfied? Can I go back to my craft project?
Oh, this actually shows up better if I cover this entirely. It turns off. If I remove it, yeah. So the photo transistor clearly functions.
She doesn't think she's a supervisor. She thinks she's annoying, which she is. Stop it. I realise I've stopped petting you. Grabbing at me is not going to work. Next time you do it, I'll put you down on the floor. Like that. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a speaker in here.
She has this habit of coming at me from all directions, so yeah.
Uh-oh.
Because if one stops working, she'll try the other. Right, now I need to... Is he being a nudge? Yeah, she is. She's ambushing. It's what they do. Kitties are like that, especially this one. Although she's just sitting calmly now. Pushing her off the chair was probably the smart choice in this situation.
Okay, this
might... She's known not to be a butt.
This might show up better. I think I can set this fan to move faster when there's more light. Nope. Hold on. It's
Hello,
not
kitty.
Connected properly somehow.
Nope. You get pushed off if you do that. You can sit there, that's fine, but as soon as you grab at the microphone, it's a no. Redstone. Redstone lamp that cycles through the rainbow would be lovely. But then they'd have to introduce like dynamic lighting of different colours into Minecraft. And that's a lot of code. It's that whole, well, mods can do it. Yeah, but mods don't have to worry about overall stability of the entire build.
No.
That's why mods can come out fast, but game changes can't. Okay, you can ask for pets. I'm okay with that, but don't grab. No grabbing. Okay, so the unicorn horn is fixed to the head. Like very poorly though. Like maybe probably should be fixed more, but it is quite progress is slow with a kitty. I mean, yeah. But if I cared about progress, I wouldn't have a cat. If I'm being honest.
Well, the motor component definitely works.
Yeah, it does.
It's got a fan.
You're just doing basic circuits just to check all your equipment.
Basically, yeah.
Smart choice. I wish the children at school, when I told them to do that, did it. It's not working, miss. Have you checked your bulbs work? No. Maybe check your bulbs work. And then we can see things. Bulbs aren't working. Get a new bulb then. Children. Ugh.
Mm-hmm. So.
No. No touchy the cable. No touchy the cable.
Photo transistor.
Okay, so now I need to put in the ears. So, let's turn this around. He's turned around. So, there is the front of the hood here. And I've got to get the ears in specific places. So, it says it should be 2 centimeters away from the horn and 3 centimeters away from the... So that's about 2 centimeters from... Well, it's actually more than 2 centimeters. About there-ish. It'll do. That'll do, Peg. That'll do. Feel like undead, so you've come to watch the undead. Well, we appreciate our undead brothers and sisters here, and Joe.
Thanks.
You're not undead though.
Oh no.
I mean, I can make you undead if you want to be.
Oh, I'm good.
You sure, Joe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There. And then I gotta fix this down somehow. Okay.
So one thing that's weird about this kit compared to when I was a kid
Mm-hmm.
is that it's got several integrated circuits that come with it, like a music integrated circuit and an alarm
Mm-hmm.
integrated circuit that like have pre-programmed tones and music and stuff.
Okay.
So, like, in theory, instead of just having the speaker make different sounds based on what, like, you'd basically have to create your own waveforms with the boards that I had when I was a kid. But now it's like, oh, here's a thing full of waveforms. It's an integrated circuit. Enjoy.
I see.
So that's weird. I'm not used to that, but I guess I'll give it a go.
Thank you, Arena, for the gift sub to Rafe. Okay, thank you very much. And Mini Cheese Mouth, thank you for the biddies. There you go.
Okay, I don't know what... Okay, I don't know who you are, but if the only thing, when I look up, if I see you say, "Can I be unbanned, please?" I'm banning you again. I don't know.
Banning you on this account.
Like, I don't know what's going on, but, like, yeah, that's like, a great way to not be unbanned. So, yeah, one of the great things about being my own moderator is I don't have to review those logs of, like, moderation actions or, like... Because there's, like, appeal processes and stuff in some channels. It's like, if you think... Yeah, if you think my moderator screwed up, reach out to me here. And I'm like, I don't need that because I'm perfect in every way.
I have yet to find an instance where my moderators didn't make the right call.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. There is a sort of, like... Oh no! You said a horrible thing, and you and I don't need to deal with that. Mods did the right thing.
Yep. Good job, mods.
Have definitely, absolutely, totally changed, despite the fact I've gone around the ban process, which doesn't endear me to you. If you've gone around the ban process, I don't want you back.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah. Oh, my favorite appeal. It's been a month. I think that's been long enough. Like, apologize at all? maybe, if you want to get over past a ban.
Well, or, I mean, like, what happened to just creating a new account? You know, when I was a kid, if you screwed up because you're a dumb 11-year-old on a website, you would just come back and never acknowledge you were the person in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, do that if you screw up. Like, just own the fact that you're done. You have had to burn off part of your own identity in order to exist in this community again.
I'm sorry you gave me a copyright strike. I will credit you next time. That was my favorite copyright ban there. Somebody sent me an email with that as a thing. Don't worry, next time I'll credit you. That's not how this works. You do it again, I will strike you again, whether you credited me or not. If you upload a quarter of my video, you will get a strike.
Hey, it lights up, and
well done.
it makes an alarm noise.
Hooray!
Yep.
Toys that make noise. Parents' favorite thing ever.
Yep, so it's got an American alarm and a European one. And it's also got fire engine. Ooh, everybody loves those.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's the thing, is like the stuff that's going on inside this alarm integrated circuit is like the stuff you would have to build from scratch with the kit I had when I was a kid. This is nuts.
Well, kids don't need to know that. These things are already done for them.
Yeah, apparently.
Hey, Becky. But to be honest, this would have been better for teaching circuits with the kids at school.
Oh, yeah.
Than what we actually had.
I get that. It's just one of those things like, now, since I'm an actual adult, I would rather have had the more sophisticated kit like that I had when I was a child still. I'm sure my parents threw it away.
No, Ruby. No.
So, conduction detector. Ooh.
Hey, Anna. Okay. It's got a horn in an ear. Aww. I'm not going to make comments about the quality of the construction. Mostly because that's my fault. I could have done this better, absolutely. But I think I've done it better than a 14-year-old would have done in general. Because this is, what is this age range for this box? Yeah. Oh, 8+. 8+. I think I've done better than an 8-year-old would have done.
Yeah, what is the age range for this? 8 through 108. So I'm glad we're shooting for the same basic skill level.
Yeah. To be fair, I think the skill level is probably, having taught 8-year-olds to sew, this is beyond an 8-year-old. Completely beyond an 8-year-old. Cameras, you've resubscribed for 11 months. I can't believe it's been that long. Wish we had any circuit lessons in school. Really? Do you just... No. Is that a thing? Can solder a thing, but understanding what it does, that'd be useful. Dear God. No, we had to... I was teaching integrated systems to 10-year-olds before I left.
Nice.
And you know, automatic systems and all that sort of gubbins, because you know they need to know, because it's coming around. Yeah, I was doing that in computing. Had one lesson about wiring a lamp in school, but that's it. Ugh. I worry. Ooh. No, in the UK, it's you've got to be taught circuits in year 4, year 6, year 7, year 8, year 9, and probably it depends on where it is, but at least once in year at 10 and 11. Running circuits, no. Okay. Right, let's get this started.
So Cleo, since we last talked, I've actually got my new capture card installed.
Ooh, how's it working for you?
Incredibly well, like shockingly well. Like,
excellent.
Because my last one was like a old USB 2 capture system. Like this was very early days for HDMI capture, and it was like probably from like 7 or 8 years ago, right?
Right.
And so it had like a 7 to 15 second variable delay.
Oh god.
And like where it was like it would just drop frames sometimes. It was like super super basic. And so like if I'd be playing a game like Splatoon where you could get like killed, I would be like, "Oh no, they got me." And then 7 to 15 seconds later the chat would see like what was happening. But like I couldn't synchronize my voice and the stuff on screen because the lag would vary. Right?
Yeah.
And so this new one, the difference between the pass-through screen and like the OBS capture is like 1 or 2 frames.
That sounds awesome, but my brain just listened to what you said and went, that's interesting. Do I understand it? No.
Okay, so on a video game capture system, you would have like a pass-through video cable.
Yeah.
That would run to like a TV. And that would be completely live with the gameplay, right? And then you would have the video that's going into OBS. And the video going into OBS would be delayed.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense.
And so the difference between having a variable 7 to 15 second delay and a 1 to 3 frame delay is incredible. So I'm very happy about that.
Well, at least you can record and stream sensibly now instead of reacting to something and then seeing it 15 seconds later.
Exactly.
Which is what I assume is what you're talking about.
Yes.
I understood. Yay!
Yay! Thank you, Cleo. I appreciate your understanding.
I mean, Joe, we've both been there.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So, yeah, it has been really fun. I've been playing Pokemon on stream, the Arceus Legends or whatever, the new one that just came out, and that's been going well.
Oh, that's good. Again, not played Pokemon since Pokemon Go, so
that's okay.
Yay! +1 to clarity. To be fair, Joe is relatively clear when he explains stuff normally.
I might have screwed that up because I'm tired, though. So I'm not saying it's necessarily Cleo's fault. I also might have assumed that she had more knowledge of how pass-through video capture cards worked than she did.
I have zero knowledge of how pass-through video capture cards work. So, but you know, I can intuit a lot of stuff on that.
Yeah.
So. Okay, that's attached. I now need to, I think I'm going to do some pad stitching just to keep it on a little bit.
So this is a variable speed lamp, or not lamp, variable speed fan. Basically, if the, by default, some of the voltage is going through, basically the default state of the circuit is that some of the power is getting burned off and turned into light, and so the fan is running at a lower speed. But if you use the press switch here, since the press switch has lower resistance than the lamp bulb, you get more power running to the fan.
Right.
So I don't know if you can see the differences in the fan speed on the stream, but you might be able to hear the difference.
I can sort of see it, but it's difficult to recognize.
I can feel it.
Do you need a pile of stuff to stream Minecraft? you need a lot of programs to stream Minecraft. You
Well,
need Minecraft. Well, you
here's
can
the thing.
probably
Here's the thing: is everybody's gonna make it sound like super complicated. Like, oh, if you want to start streaming, you need to have title cards and outro screens, and you need to have.
Oh no, you don't need that. You
You don't
need
need anything
programs.
really. You need OBS to do your
Yeah.
video capture. You need an account on a streaming service, which will tell you where to point OBS. And you
Mm,
need something on your screen to capture, which is Minecraft. So if you already have
yeah.
Minecraft, OBS is free. Creating a YouTube account or a
Yep.
Twitch account is free. So you don't have to buy anything other than Minecraft in this. Now there's a bunch of people who want to sell you things. They'll be like, "Hey, do you want to buy Streamlabs Pro Plus Mega double
Do not
good?"
buy Streamlabs Pro Plus Mega.
Yeah, yeah, or like, "Hey, do you want to have fancy title cards?" It's like you don't need that.
You don't need it, no. But I think it's one of those things that after some time, and if your stream is doing well,
Yeah.
it's there are things to look at. What I was actually going to say is like you don't really need things Minecraft, but you need programs and stuff to stream things from like how was I going to say this? I
A
was
Nintendo
from
Switch,
TVs, from
from
like
external
switches and
sources.
stuff, from external sources. That's where I was going with that. But Minecraft itself. So, for example, if you had console Minecraft, you would need a capture card,
Mm-hmm.
or I think does the Xbox Live stream these days? I know the PlayStation does.
The PlayStation definitely has the ability to connect directly to Twitch. I don't know about the Xbox, but like,
Okay.
um, at that point though, you can't like mix in overlays and things like that the way you can with OBS. And so, for me, I just wanted to have the HDMI capture. Like,
Mm.
it's funny because actually streaming, if you're not running the game, requires such less processing power. I've forgotten for several of my Nintendo streams to turn off folding at home, and it just hasn't
Oh,
impacted performance at all.
blimey.
Yeah, because it's like, well, the Switch is doing all the computing of most of the stuff, and the capture card is doing a lot of the encoding anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, don't expect super high production values from yourself when you've literally not even started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just start doing it. But the problem is the programs do require a little bit of setup, which is tricky sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, yeah, if you're a regular on one of my streams, you know, Cam will probably um look at it for you if Cam knows who you are, which is what he wants to do as his job. So, you know, but yeah, get a friend to look at it, and yeah, it's one of those things where it's sort of like if I had started streaming when I'd started YouTube properly,
Uh-huh.
I would have been okay just starting out with Minecraft and nothing else. But
Mm-hmm.
because I started when I was already kind of a name, as it were,
Uh-huh.
I felt like I had to do more.
Well, I actually think it's the opposite for me because I started streaming like 3 years before I got a YouTube channel.
Mm,
And so I always did more than play Minecraft on streams because when I started streaming, you couldn't stream and play video games at the same time. Like,
mhm.
I was streaming Adobe Illustrator and drawing stuff. And
Yeah,
so, like, I always looked at streaming as more than just, oh, here's a place for my Minecraft.
yeah, that's understandable. But yeah, coming into it as a late game kind of thing, I was aware of what other people were doing,
Mm-hmm.
and I was trying to work my way through doing stuff. So, Baker Lamb has resubscribed for 10 months. Thank you. Um, so I finished.
Mm-hmm.
I finished.
Congrats.
The ears are off. The ears are off center, but you know, let's pretend that doesn't exist. I mean, I could pin this one down a bit more and make it more close to the center. But yeah. If you're going to start streaming, I think the biggest thing I would say, if you actually want like to gain an audience, is, one, do it regularly. You don't necessarily have to have a set time, but do it regularly. And two, talk. I've been into a lots of like streamers with 0 people in there, and I've been in there like a minute and they haven't said a word, and it's like, you know, I don't think I'm gonna stay, you know. Isn't what Joe's doing a thing for kids? Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
So is this.
I was hoping. Yeah, like I'll be able to get some use out of this. I was hoping that I could use this to prototype things, but the base kit at least is super limited. I guess I could probably order more snappable parts here. Okay, actually, I just got to the part where it's like, okay, here's how to build a NOT gate, or an OR gate, or an AND gate. Okay, so there is...
That's useful.
And so that's the sort of thing that, like, I could use during another project.
I mean, without the child in it. Yeah, I mean, it should be useful for you regardless.
Yeah.
Setting up cards and stuff and overlays, you didn't need to do that. The most frustrating thing for me has been working out how to then set up things. I open 3 programs just to do the streaming stuff, which should probably tell you that my setup is a bit more complicated than most people's, to start with. I mean, they're easy to run, and once they're set up, the setting them up took a long time. If you want to stream, you know, you don't need all that. You don't need the overlays. You don't need like this thing. Can I point to it?
Okay.
There. You don't need this thing. Okay. You don't need this thing down here. Hang on. You don't need this thing. And you definitely don't need this thing up here.
Are you pointing at Discord where I'm talking? You're like, you definitely don't need Joe Hills.
You don't need Joe Hills, but Joe Hills is a nice to have.
He's a nice to have. Yeah.
I was actually pointing at my hype ceiling, all the stuff on my overlay. You don't need any of that. You don't need any of that.
That's what the hype ceiling was. I thought it was just like an expression for like a maximum hype.
Oh no, that's where all my biddies go.
Gotcha.
Most people have a hype cup. I've got a hype ceiling.
Gotcha. Well, I built a NOT gate. So basically, when you don't press the switch, power is going through the LED.
Nice.
But when you do press the switch, because the switch has lower resistance, the electricity would rather go there than through the LED, and it just bypasses the LED. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. Nice.
It's a NOT gate. Woo!
Woo! You don't... Oh, JT, we always need you around. Kitty's asleep, though, by the way. I thought you might want to know. Yeah, so you need to... You need to be... If you want to start streaming, you need to be aware of what you're doing and how it's going to go. And mostly you need to be aware of yourself. And what you're doing. My advice is, if you're streaming Minecraft for the first time, have a project that you can just talk about endlessly. Do something you're excited with. And if you don't think you can talk for a very long time, get a story-driven game. And that way, you don't have to talk while the story elements are going on.
And you get to practice your different voices. Like, I'm playing that new Pokemon game, and because there's, like, 2 different clans or whatever, I'm like, okay, well, I'll do, like, a Massachusetts accent for one of the clans, and I'll do a Scottish accent for the other clan. But then there are scenes where there's 3 different people from each clan in there. And so then I'm like, okay, now I have to find ways to make 3 distinct Scottish accents or voices. Now I need 3 distinct Massachusetts accents, so that you can tell who's who and who's talking at the same time. And so it's really good practice to play games that have a lot of text in them if you're just trying to get more comfortable doing different voices.
Yep. Okay, I'm pulling out my bullet journal because I finished my project, which was the last children's project I've got, so I need to find another kit at some point. But I'm, bullet journal, So I'm trying to think about what I want to do.
What month are you up to? April?
March. We're at March now because February. Hang on, just making sure there isn't notes about Hermitcraft stuff coming up. I don't think I actually filled it in. Can't show that page, but I can show this page. So this is my bullet journal. I decorate things, you know, make things pretty. Last month's theme was musicals. This one I just decided to go for plants. So, you know, I just figured I'd start doing like a bunch of plants. So
okay.
Can't do anything until what?
I'm building an OR gate now.
Mm-hmm.
And like an OR gate in Minecraft, if power goes through either the switch or the press button, then it'll work.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm realizing, what did I do here? Something is off. No, that should be right. Okay. I'm just somehow short a piece, maybe. Which is undesirable.
It is very undesirable, Joe.
It is. Well, assuming I didn't drop one, we'll just have this 3 go out there. It'll still work. He says dubiously. It should still work, I mean.
Confusing kit and kid. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, I don't know how to do plants, but I do have like a whole bunch of plant like washi tape to play with.
Oh, interesting. That won't snap on there. But okay, so here's our OR gate.
Mm-hmm.
If either or both of these are on, it's on. Turn off the lamp. So pressing the button, boom, that works. Let go. Now neither is engaged. Flip the lever, switch to on.
Mm-hmm.
It's engaged. Woo, fancy.
Looking good, Joe. Looking good.
I know, right?
Just want to appreciate how smooth that writing was. Thanks. I'm not sure I would be convinced that it was smooth, but you know, it's fine. Right now I just want to get like plants and stuff. So I got these little jarred plants as a piece of washi tape. Hang on, if I can show it. That's a bit blurry. Well, that's not coming into focus, is it?
It's okay.
Nope. But there's plants on that, and I've got like little cactuses on this one. I was thinking about doing something like that, like an indoor plant kind of theme.
I keep hearing this word washi tape.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
It's oh, what's the paper tape?
Masking tape?
Masking tape. It's masking tape with patterns on it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Sidenite says, I gotta say, this is a neat child-friendly design for a bread box. I think you mean a bread board, but yeah. This is actually bigger than a breadboard.
March. It's not my fault you can't spell.
Okay.
Says March. I'm sorry. Little succulent plants. Maybe we need like a plant shelf up here, like a little plant shelf, and then just have like a flowing kind of thing down here, and then maybe some little plant shelves over here, and like a big plant. You know, we'll work on it. So it's fine. I'm just going to put in the basics. Let's start with a shelf. Actually, let's put the shelf down there.
Okay.
You have washi tape with boiled eggs on it. I mean, I've got like lots of washi tape. Like this one is for Anna. Banana.
For Anna.
Anna banana.
Ah.
That's one of my mods.
Gotcha.
Her name is Anna Bomb Banana. So for Anna.
Oh.
It isn't a cursive R.
So now we've got an AND gate here. This should only turn on if both the lever switch is toggled to on and the press switch is pressed. Which it is. Woo! So I unpress it. Immediately the light goes out. Press it. Light turns on.
That's cool.
It's incredible how immediate this is. Because everything you do on a computer, there's just a subtle delay. Right?
Yeah.
But like with this, it's like instant. This is how computers used to be, where when you typed a character, like, it appeared on screen so fast. Before all the layers of abstraction got in there.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. But now if I turn this toggle to off and I press the switch, nothing happens. Because these are in a series. We've essentially created a logical AND gate because both of these have to be active for the current to pass through it. Ta-da! Getting all Boolean up in here. Yep, up in here, up in here. Getting all Boolean up in here. Yeah, it used to be you could buy kits to build your own computer. You would solder everything yourself and everything.
Solder yourself. Please don't solder yourself.
Yeah.
It's probably bad. Okay, gonna do it. How did I do the other one? I think I did it with this.
Let's get that back on. Whew. So we're going to move on to the NOR gate. And that's going to work similar to the NOT gate we had before. In fact, I should probably build the NOT gate again first, and then we'll...
What, to remind yourself of it?
Well, no, but because it's like an extension of the NOT gate, it's kind of neat to show it in the NOT gate form. And then
Makes
show
sense.
why adding the other thing works.
Makes sense.
Okay.
You see, I really like doing this one, this pattern, because... Where is it? I like the idea of plants because when I did... Let's cover up the things I can't show. I like doing the red weed, so... That's why I chose to do plants.
Okay, so we have now constructed a NOT gate. For those of you who didn't see it the first time, basically the LED completes a circuit with the battery and the resistor, and then lights up. Ta-da! Now the thing is that because the switch has less resistance than the LED, when you engage the switch, the power would rather complete the circuit through there, bypassing the LED. Okay. So if we wanted to make a NOR gate, we basically extend that so we add the toggle switch beyond that there. And we are going to loop in an additional opportunity to bypass the LED with that toggle. So
thank you, Kanarasha, for the biddies. I hope you have a good meeting.
This toggle will now turn that off. The press button will also turn it off. What if they're both off? Yep, easy. Yeah, we can do some truth tables later.
Oh no. That sounds horrible.
Everyone's favorite, Cleo. Everyone knows it's truth.
This is truth. M-A-R-C-H is how you spell March. It is, and you can be wrong all you like, but it is how you spell March.
Okay, so let's go ahead and put together a NAND gate. Which means either or, basically. But not both.
We taught the different shape for the cursive lowercase r. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's okay. It's just the American school system that's wrong. That's fine.
You know, the fun thing about the school system being wrong is eventually it's the children who are wrong. Okay, so we've got the resistor going across here.
Children are only wrong when the parents are wrong.
We've got this. So basically, by putting the two switches in series here instead of having them in parallel, we go from having a NOR gate to having a NAND gate. So basically, both the toggle needs to be toggled to on and the button needs to be depressed. If the toggle is off and the button's pushed, it doesn't matter because we're still not completing a circuit and then bypassing the resistance of the LED.
A cursive lowercase r looks like a non-cursive n. Ah, I see. No, you can join the top of words that start letters at the start of the top.
So somebody was asking what kit this is. This is the Snap Circuits Junior Select. It's from 6 years ago. I got it in one of Nashville's locally owned toy stores, and so it's probably been sitting on a shelf for 6 years.
I mean, that's probably a fair assumption. And then they looked at you and went, ah, a mug.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, they do a pretty brisk trade in, like, whatever the hot new toy is, right? So they've got, like, 1 million of those fidget spinners and squish need balls or whatever going out the door. But, like, you know, they'll keep stuff like this on the shelves, too. So.
Fair enough.
Ooh, a music AND gate. That sounds audible. That's easier for Cleo because she doesn't have to watch what I'm doing.
I mean,
but
I don't have to. I generally don't, to be honest.
Yeah. I am wondering, though, since this is the Snap Circuits Junior Select, that implies these are only a small selection of the Snap Circuits parts available. And I wonder if I could get a bunch of them used cheap somewhere. Now that I've got the rough kit and the core concept, you know.
Yeah.
Like, could I just buy 8 pounds of assorted Snap Circuits for another $35?
I would imagine that's a piece of that. You know, they'd be more than happy to oblige.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Lego, you know.
Yeah.
You want to buy more just of the pieces? Yeah, it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
Plant design is really cute. Thanks. I'm just kind of going with it at this point.
You know, I actually drew a lot of plants last week, ironically. I'm going to hold
that. You did?
Up. Yeah, I pulled up my old botany textbook from college. But yeah.
Well, I've been playing, I can't remember what it's called. Strange Horticulture.
Ooh, sounds
on
weird.
on my downtime. That and some Banished, surprisingly enough. But it's basically a game where you go in, you get your dead uncle's botany shop, like, and he's giving you notes, and you have to figure out which plants are which and which plants do what when you give them to people, and then you can, like, start committing, you know, murders for people that annoy you when they say, have you done this? And then you go, this is the correct plant, and then you have to go and explore things, and it's like you know, what do you do to upset the game balance kind of thing. So it's good. It's fun.
Is Banished that, like, city builder?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I played that. I could never get a and maybe they've patched it since, but it was very hard when I played it to get a viable ecosystem or like a stable town. Like, I don't know, maybe ecosystem's the wrong word, but, like, getting a balance of having enough food and enough building materials and not having everyone starve Like,
Oh, no, it's still pretty hard, but
okay.
you know,
Yeah, because
I mean, I do have certain mods to it to just like, if I'm not feeling certain things, then I'll just go, just make more wood, or don't put coal in your homes.
Gotcha.
It's strange horticulture is it's fun. It's like, well, this one has rough leaves and this one should have smooth leaves. So, it's got to be this one, but I could give you this one and you get really ill and then you wouldn't bother the townspeople who hate you so much, kind of deal. What about don't stockpile 100 venison in your house?
Well, what if you need to eat 100 venison, Cleo?
No one needs 100 venison in the house.
Well,
There's no mod that stops them stockpiling 100 venison.
that would be handy. Okay, so Cleo, I have constructed the musical AND gate. So if the toggle is set to off, it doesn't matter how many times I press the switch. If the toggle is set to on...
That's adorable.
If I had known this thing played Happy Birthday, I would have built it for my daughter's birthday yesterday.
That would have been cool.
I would have been like, hey, press this button real quick.
Oh, I made a thing. Do you want to see the thing I made? No, Dad.
No, she was not interested in this. Because they apparently have these at school, and like, she does not like it. I'm like, okay, whatever.
It's okay. You don't have to be a science person.
Well,
you don't have to like science.
She likes other parts of science, just not circuitry.
Which is also fair. I mean, a lot of people like biology and they don't like physics, and chemistry is way more fun than physics. So, having a horticulturalist in the house, I've wish listed that game. Yeah, I like definitely. It's a lot of fun. I might play it on stream. I've only just actually, that might be a thing to play. I've only just started it, and it's a case of, within the first hour, it's just sort of like, you could make this person very unwell. And I'm like, yeah. I haven't done it yet, so I don't... Okay, I'm going to put off playing that game, and then I'll play it on stream, so we can watch people die. It's fun! Biology is confusing. Is it? I mean, to understand biology, you have to understand chemistry and physics and all the other parts of science. It's the joy of it.
Yeah, I realized one thing that's not in this kit, for example, is it doesn't have any capacitors.
Oh, no. Thank you, Paleo, for the biddies.
Which I guess, like, from a, like, not getting kids hurt thing, being able to discharge larger amounts of energy is one of those, like, maybe not things, but, like...
Yeah, no, I see that.
I mean, the kit I had when I was a kid had capacitors.
How many children died?
I don't know.
Probably more than just little tiny Joe.
I'm wondering now if I could get one of the kits I had when I was a kid, like, off, like, eBay or something. Because I'm sure somebody's mom didn't throw it away. But I'm worried it'll be like, oh, here's this $20 kit from, like, 1993. It's now $800 or something stupid,
Now I'm imagining a maybe not gate.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Biology always has exceptions, so I mean,
Oh yeah, that's Is it PChem? I think. There's one course that you get to in the like pre-medical track, where basically it's like all of the things that normally work, all of the underlying assumptions you've used up to this point. It's like, yeah, but here's the weird edge cases where they don't quite work.
Oh yeah, there's got to be something.
And it's like the whole course is basically like in my opinion, like Cleo, I'm not trying to pick a fight here. Okay, I'm gonna say that up front. But like, just this is the sort of this is a hypothetical argument, not something I'm trying to actually make here. But like, if you wanted to argue for the existence of God and God being just a total jerk, it's the stuff that's in the PChem course. It's like all of these things. It's like, oh yeah, you want to understand the underpinnings of the universe? Well, too bad. I'm gonna make it super annoying. Like everything that looks like it works 99% of the time doesn't work 99.99% of the time. Like, because I was just reading the Wikipedia page. Because I had to go to this dinner party with a bunch of people because my ex was a biophysicist or whatever. And so I was just reading the Wikipedia page for like some of the stuff that they studied so I wouldn't like embarrass myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just cackling the entire time. I'm like, I'm so glad that I didn't have to do the math for this stuff in school, because it is all just like the most obnoxious stuff. I was like, if I was trying to write like an Onion article about God screwing with chemists, like this is the stuff I would make up. Like like oh, it's fantastic. Oh yeah.
Dislike physical chemistry and quantum physics. Genetics was more straightforward. The problem with quantum physics is, you know, the fact that it changes depending on if you're looking at it or not.
Well, that's why I don't look at it.
Trying to explain the slits experiment to 15-year-olds was a trip. Nightshade has resubscribed for 11 months. Not quite a year yet. Next month, we're here for a year. I'm really shocked, actually, about that. It feels like I've been doing this for months, not a year, nearly a year.
Yeah, time has been weird. I don't know.
Yeah, recently. Time's odd.
Oh, boy. You know what? One thing I'm glad to have behind me, too. Like, there's a bunch of tax stuff in the United States that has to go out by the 31st of January. So, like, so, like, any independent contractors you have that you paid more than $600, you need to file stuff for that by January 31st. So that was all due yesterday, or 2 days ago. And then my daughter's birthday was yesterday. So I had these two big things where it's like, I got to get all this stuff done. And so now that we're at February 2nd, I'm feeling like I'm totally in the clear. Although I'm sure that I've got other things coming up that I should stress out about. It's like just nice. Yeah. I don't know. Do I sound more energetic?
You do, actually. You do sound more awake.
Yay.
Yeah, the deadline for payment is on January the 31st for not last year, the year before, kind of thing.
So are you paying your 2020 taxes January 31st of 2022? Is that what you're saying?
No, 20. Right, it's a bit confusing.
Well, you say not last year, the year before that. That sounds to me like.
So I've just paid 2020 to 21.
Gotcha.
Because it goes to April. The tax year ends in April. So I'm paying the 2020-2021 stuff. That's just all been paid off. But also we have to speculate on next year. So I also had to do my first installments for my 21-22 taxes.
Are your installment taxes also quarterly like here, or are they like monthly, or how do your installment taxes work?
No, you can sort of pay them when you like. You have to pay a certain amount of taxes. And then you have to pay the first half of the taxes that they think you're going to earn in January, and then the next set in June, and then you've got until the 31st of January to pay off all the rest that you necessarily owe. So I do my taxes in April. Yeah. So I try and pay off everything in April, so I'm just in the clear. And I'm getting I still need to find that accountant so that they can certify all my stuff.
Yeah.
But the tax office has gone, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, whatever. You know?
Yeah.
So
well, as long as you're not claiming a bunch of wild stuff.
I don't claim anything,
Yeah,
which is the problem.
yeah. No, I probably underclaim too, because
Yeah.
it's like I don't want to deal with the stress of having them go
Yeah.
after me for like, so like,
That's why I want a tax accountant. I just accountant,
yeah.
so they can deal with it because I'm almost certain that they would pay for them, at least pay for themselves.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I'm claiming physical stuff. Like, if I buy a camera or a microphone, I'll claim that. But when I buy, like, Pokemon, I'm just like, you know what? I don't want to have to justify why Pokemon is a business. You know what I mean? Expense.
Yeah.
Like, I think it is justifiable because I am streaming it and making money on it. Well, I probably broke even. Yeah, I will say nothing makes money like Minecraft.
No, Minecraft is one of those things that although to be fair, streaming The Sims, that people love that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, oh, okay, this is. I didn't realize it was such a big thing, but apparently, yeah, people are loving me play The Sims.
Nice.
Which is good because Sims is bloody expensive.
Why is it expensive?
Oh, because of all the extra expansion packs and stuff that they come out with.
But isn't there like a Steam sale or something where you can just be like, hey, here's $15 for all of them?
No.
Oh, because that's how Civilization works. Like,
No.
Civilization's expensive if you buy it normally, but I just waited on Civ 6 or whatever to go on sale, and I think I got the whole thing for like $30 all told.
There are about 10 expansion packs, not including game packs and stuff packs, which are also different.
Mm-hmm.
The genuine expansion packs I got for 50. One of them I got for 50% off, and that was about 20 quid for one. And yeah, they're quite expensive. It's fine. You're battering things for your accountant, so much documentation.
Ooh.
Claimed red carpet dresses as a business expense. Yikes.
Well, look, if I... Okay, a red carpet dress should be a business expense if you're getting paid to go to the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
He has resubscribed for 11 months. Thank you very much.
Because, like, how many other parties do you go to that you could wear a red carpet dress to? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not a celebrity, so...
No, but that's what I'm saying, though, is, like, a red carpet dress is a very specific type of event. Like...
Yeah.
If I had to go buy, let's say that I was going to do something where I got hit by a fireball. So I had to go buy a bunch of flame-resistant clothing to go film this thing where somebody lights a stream of gas on fire at me or something, right? Mm-hmm. They could say, well, you could wear this flame-retardant clothing anywhere. And it's like, yeah, I technically could, but, like, I bought it for this specific job-related thing, and it will look silly if I wear it anywhere else. Like...
Oh, yeah, I'm 100% with you. I mean, it's like... I think clothes should be a business expense anyway. Just, if you have to buy clothes for work...
Yeah.
That's specifically for work...
Yeah. Ria Fla says, for most red carpet events, the celebs are not paid to go. I'm not sure about that because, well, at least lately, like, the ones, like, people traveling internationally for them have claimed it was a business trip. So, if it can get you a COVID travel waiver, it sounds to me like a paid gig. Like, that's my guess.
Yeah. I don't know. Work should be paying for all this. Yeah, work should be paying for all this.
Yeah. But, like, here's the thing, though, is if the Emmys told me, hey, Joe, we'll pay you $30,000 to host the Emmys, get your own tux. Like, at a certain point, it's like, well, so I'm getting the tux out of the money they paid me. They're not buying me the tux. And the tux is for an event that I'm explicitly being paid to go to where they're requiring me to wear a tux. Like, that feels like a business expense.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't know.
It's one of those funny ones, isn't it? I mean, I'm never likely to go to a red carpet event
Yeah.
unless the Hermits organise one, and even then.
Would you actually come if I organized one? Because we've got a theater that like I can rent for like
Oh God, I've just
450
dug myself a
bucks.
hole.
No, I mean I've been trying to
Maybe,
get people together for something.
maybe you'd have to organise it a while out because
Yeah, I know.
you know.
Okay. So I think I've kind of hit the ceiling on what this kit can do. I do
Mm-hmm.
like that it shows that we were able to do basic logic gates and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay. I'm seeing that like the kits that are actually closer to what I was expecting, which once again, I didn't really do a lot of research on this. This was the only one they had at the toy store and I just wanted something to be able to mess with on the craft stream. Like
Eh?
um yeah, they've got more advanced versions that I could probably order. Or at this point, maybe I just order specific parts if I'm trying to do something in particular.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is so they've got like one with like a 7-segment LED display, right? Like being able to
Right.
send data to a 7-segment LED display would be cool.
That would be cool.
Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna go get some other craft supplies real quick, and so I'm gonna put up and refill my drink. I'm gonna set up the hydration break sign. Cleo, do you mind talking to the chat for a little bit? Since
No, that's good. That's good. Let me
Okay.
just finish my shelf and
I will be right
I
back,
will
folks.
pop open your chat and then I can do question time with Cleo.
Yay, question
Which
time
is
with Cleo.
always fun.
Be right back.
Always fun. Okay. Let me pop open Joe's chat. Where's Joe's chat? Make it bigger. Thank you. Hi, Joe's chat. I'm going to pop you out. Time for questions. Popping out the chat. There we go. Make Joe small again because everyone likes a tiny Joe. Question time with Cleo from Joe's chat. Maybe. Nothing. Twitch chat. Not the YouTube chat. If Joe was a pair of socks, what kind would he be? I think he would be fluorescent green socks. Which hermit do you want to meet the most? Probably Joe. How the kitties doing? One is asleep next to me. How's my day going? It's all right. I've got to chill with Joe. It's fine. What colour dress are you going to wear for the red carpet? Green. If I had to have a red dress carpet, I'd either make it out of red carpet or a green dress. What are the best kind of brains? The children's. If Joe had another name, what would it be? Josepha. My family, no question but a comment. Okay. Why am I so awesome? Because I know Joe, obviously. Joe is one of those people that makes you awesome by default. Do your non-giddy aunts ever wish they got a shout out? Funny fact, my non-giddy aunts do not exist anymore. So, the other two are pretty giddy. What's the most effective way to best Joe in hand-to-hand combat? Why are you looking for tips? Are you looking for tips? Is that this? Like a green screen dress? No, I'm more an emerald green sort of person, but yeah, green's my favourite colour. Can confirm yes. Not a question, but a comment. If Joe were a fish, what fish would he be? Joe strikes me as a tropical fish with teeth that are filed down, so he can only give you a nasty suck rather than a bite. I don't know where I'm going with this, to be honest. It's just a thing. Is that it? That's all we got question-wise. Wow. You normally come up with better questions than that, or at least faster questions. Come on. Chop, chop. So, Joe is an elderly Pacu. Those are the giant fish, aren't they? Those fish are massive. Are there any hobbies that you're itching to try? Um, Not really. I'm at the point in my career where my career where I do my hobbies online, and the ones that I want to do, I will just do on stream. You know, why is green my favorite color? Because I like nature and green things are pretty, and they're not in your face like other color. I don't know. It's just I like green. There is indeed a Clio remote. Um, what would your question in Joe's chat? What would your question in Joe's chat for when he's away be? Although that's not how this works. Have you seen green? Green's awesome. Um, Mountains or forests? Forests. Did Joe see his shadow this morning? I don't know. What's the weather like in Nashville? Probably. If Joe is put through a slit experiment, is he a wave or a particle? Yes. It's the right answer to that. What's the best part about being a zombie? Being able to, I mean, just being able to bite people whenever you like, you know, and people don't judge you for it the way they would if you were human. Have I ever heard of the mod pack create for Minecraft? Maybe check my VODs. We've discovered Quanta Joe. Is green the color that your brain just makes up, or is that another one? They all kind of just make them up. Like all colors are made up. Like black is just nothing. Black, when you're looking at black, what your brain goes is, I'm not getting any information from that because no rays of light are hitting your eyeball. So we're just going to make it black. That's what black is. Black is nothing. White, on the other hand, is everything. It's like, oh my god, no, there's too much. It's color overload. Make it white. Is Joe a solid, a liquid, or a gas? I mean, people are all the above. So yeah. As Crossstick's been going, any projects you're excited about? I want to finish the one that my mum started, but like not particularly done anything with it. Joe is opaque. Joe plasma. I mean, if you're going to call him anything, you know, not plasma. Just a mixture of all of the others. That's fine. What is my favourite rock? It depends on if you call it a rock or a mineral, really. I like obsidian, which isn't really classed as a rock, technically speaking, but it is. I like snowflake obsidian, which is glass, like volcanic glass turning into, devitrifying into a rock. But favorite mineral is malachite because it's green. You know, it's like there's a theme here. I like green, is what I'm saying. Is Joe an animal, vegetable, or mineral? I'm pretty sure Joe is an animal. The Jost, on the other hand, is plasma. Favorite oxide? I don't really have one. I do like sodium hydroxide though, because it eats your skin. What is a rock? It's a collection of minerals naturally formed, effectively. If you want a vague description that I'm happy to give on the internet, that would probably be it. Oh, I don't have a favorite hydrocarbon. No, that's bad. Show my mum some of those patterns your mum made. She was shocked at a 60-page cross-stitch pattern she's been seeing and knitting for 60 years. Dear God, Kay. What's the best sauce with brains? No. You don't have sauce with brains. You ruin the delicate flavour and texture. If you like green so much, is green your favourite hermit? Green, not green. Those words are different. See, they're different. What's your opinion on the use of the abacus? I think it's barking, which is, you know, very Joe. You know, if you're going to do anything. Does geology actually rock? Sometimes it rolls. Jeez, sometimes it rolls. It's an aggregation of minerals with a radius of... Oh, gosh, that's too technical. Here, I thought it was a popular form of music. No. Can you explain why some lava rocks float? Yes. Okay, pumice you're specifically talking about. Pumice is made by rock... is rock froth, effectively, that's been cooled down. And it's mostly air in there. So the air actually makes the rock more buoyant than the force downwards. So water pressure is more buoyant upwards than it is downwards because of all the air in the pumice when it's formed.
Hello, I am back.
Hello, welcome. I got very technical questions today. I wasn't expecting it.
Yay, technical questions.
So yeah, welcome back, Joe.
Woo.
What's the most difficult topic in geology for me to understand? I don't know.
Arguably, whatever's most difficult for Cleo to understand, she might not realize she doesn't understand.
Yeah.
Because
Dunning-Kruger effect it. That's good, Joe.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's what really trips people up, right? Okay. I'm just gonna start attaching circuits to or pieces to the board here so we don't lose them.
Yeah, pumice stone is like the foam on a cappuccino. It's the frothy bit that just solidified. So yeah, like pumice stone is mostly air trapped inside. So yeah, Joe's a quantum phenomenon.
Do. Quantum phenomenon.
I'm gonna get some of these terraria in here. Terraria or terrariums, I'm not sure.
Okay. So
the most annoying question is why.
I understand. Okay.
It's true.
So I can take down the hydration break thing now and get the sign.
Could you actually fill a bucket with lava, or would it just melt? Yeah, you could fill a bucket with lava. It would, depending on where you picked the lava up. That's what geologists do. Some geologists go to lava flows and they grab out buckets for testing, but it has to be fairly cool. If you put it in like the middle of the lava bowl, your bucket would melt. Don't put it in a plastic bucket, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. So my daughter got this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coloring book years ago, and she decided she didn't like it for some reason, and then just never did it. And so it feels wasteful. I mean, she did some of the activities, but like she just didn't want to color them. So it feels wasteful to have a coloring book that doesn't get colored in. Maybe I will color it in.
Maybe you should.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure that this is a great coloring book, though. Now that I'm looking at, like... Because, like, the turtles are, like, 3 colors, basically, each. There's got, like, the yellow chest plate. Oh, I guess I got some brown on there. Like, knees and stuff.
What happens if the lava cools in a bucket? Well, what happens when lava cools on the surface? You have a rock. Just a rock in a bucket.
No. Every stakeout needs pizza.
What?
This is a picture of the turtle sitting on a construction beam with a label, every stakeout needs pizza, and they're eating pizza.
What? They've never done that before.
I know. I can't imagine that hanging a beam like that overnight is smart. And if it's an active construction site, that's even dumber for them to be on there. Like, if there's people there. Like, they're gonna get noticed.
They're gonna get noticed. I mean, they are ninjas, to be fair.
Yeah, so they probably have good judgment about that stuff, but, like, I don't know.
You know, you gotta question things like that.
Yeah. these are really capturing my imagination the way I hoped. All I wanted was to have my imagination captured, Cleo. Is that so much to ask?
I mean,
I think it was.
sometimes, Joe, sometimes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I've successfully extracted a page that I will now endeavor to color.
Oh, sneezing.
Oh, okay. You know what I just realized? Oh, bless you.
Thank you.
Multiple blessings upon you and your house. Yeah, I just realized that, I forgot what I just realized.
I'm sorry, that was my sneezing.
Oh, yeah. So, here's what it is. Sometimes there'll be something from Minecraft people are talking about because it's from Minecraft, but I just don't make that connection. So people talking about, like, a bucket of lava, I'm just sitting there thinking about, like, videos I've seen of volcanologists working and collecting samples and stuff like that. I'm like, why is everybody obsessed with putting lava in a bucket? What are all these lava bucket questions? Why is a bucket of lava a thing that everybody's asking about? And I'm like, oh, because it's in Minecraft. It took me 5 extra minutes, but
Quite cute. Well done, Joe.
it's fine. I'll be okay.
Will you, Joe?
No. Oh boy. I'm trying to think what else is going on. Cause yeah, we had my daughter's birthday. That was the big thing that like all my energy was going into.
Makes sense.
But I found some mermaid scale rainbow wrapping paper that worked out really well.
I can imagine it did.
Yeah, and she got the grocery bakery had a big slice of chocolate fudge explosion cake, so I got that for her. So that went over well. We used to have a real bakery, like where they would make like fresh bread and cakes and stuff every day, and that closed down. And so it's like I guess I go to the bakery section of the grocery store. I don't know where else to buy cakes and stuff now.
Oh.
Well, but like, do you ever have something like that where it's like you have like one supplier for something, and then when
they go out of business.
they go out of business, and you're just like, I knew it was a luxury that we had this place, but like,
yeah,
where do other people buy cakes?
Where do people buy food? I don't understand. Most people buy cakes in a grocery store, I think.
Okay, so like me going to the grocery store to get her a cake instead of a bakery wasn't necessarily like terrible parenting.
I mean you can only do what you can do at this point, can't you?
Yeah, because I wasn't gonna bake a cake. There was no way with the time and constraints that we had that was gonna be feasible.
Or unless you were doing it on stream, there's no way that's feasible.
Well, and the kitchen not being stream friendly here is really brutal for that.
Yeah.
Because my last kitchen wasn't huge either, but it had like a half wall that led into the living room, and so I could put all of the camera stuff and the computer and stuff on the other side of the wall, pointing inward, you know, and still have counter space and stuff to work. But nope, not here.
Not here. You could probably make a bucket out of anything. Just saying. But
yeah, you could make like KFC makes their buckets out of waxed paper.
Yeah, so you just have to make sure you're processing it properly.
Yeah.
So yes, you could make a galleon bucket. I would not recommend it if you're going to use it on anything.
Just wax it first. If it works for paper, it'll work for gallium.
No, it won't. It just won't.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Little cactus. Little cactus.
Second Fifth says baking cakes is scary. What if you make a mistake and the cake is bad? It's terrifying. Well, yeah. See, at that point, having backup cupcakes or something from the grocery wouldn't be terrible. But one of the things I ran into too is there were only going to be 3 people there, myself and my daughter included, because it's a COVID year, and the third person is celiac. So even if I'd gone out of my way to make like an incredible cake from scratch, I would have also had to make an incredible gluten-free alternative from scratch, or
there are limits, is what we're saying.
And my daughter probably, it's her birthday, so if she wants a cake that's made out of real flour, I'm not gonna.
She deserves to have a cake.
It's her day, But I did get a gluten-free dessert as well from my catering friends, because they make a bunch of gluten-free stuff.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, me trying to do gluten-free baking, which apparently is a lot less forgiving, which, if you're already talking about oh man, what if I screw up this cake? It's what if I screw up this cake in an even less forgiving set of constraints?
Yeah, I've been watching this thing called Crime Scene Kitchen recently. And they've got to figure out what desserts have been made in this kitchen using a set of clues. Really fun. I'm really enjoying watching it. But I'm sitting there going, with my limited baking skills, and right, don't get me wrong, I have baked a cake from a packet on a video before.
Yeah.
And it didn't go well. But, I can actually bake food. But even though I'm sitting there going, no, it's a Black Forest Gatto, you morons. And I'm just possibly a bit too into this. A little bit.
Oh, no.
But, they're all professional bakers. And it's just sort of I have watched far too much British Bake Off to accept that level of incompetence.
Oh, I saw that abbreviated as GBBO the other day.
Yeah.
Right? And so I said, wait, so if this is the Great British Bake Off, is there a Northern Irish Bake Off? And I was told no, because it's Great Britain and Northern Ireland. And so I'm well, why isn't it called the Great British and Northern Irish Bake Off? And apparently that is not something you ask in polite company. So. Hey, Mouse Mac, thank you for the 2, who says, Joe, is it hard to find dairy-free things there? Not particularly. I mean, in the proper city of Nashville, there's a ton of places with vegan, gluten-free, all that stuff options, restaurants, and there's a good local grocery store called the Turnip Truck, which contracts with local farmers, but then they also do they have a bunch of gluten-free bread, pizza, all that stuff. They've also got a bunch of vegan cheese meat alternatives. So yeah, if you're going out in the country in Tennessee, it might be a little bit harder to find that stuff. But if you're coming to Nashville, you'd be okay. But from what I hear from Badger, it is easier to get gluten-free stuff at restaurants and groceries in the United States than it is in Great Britain. And presumably Northern Ireland, but, it wasn't explicitly stated, so I'm not going to...
I think it's gotten better over the last few years, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, I think it's gotten better, but...
I've got a friend who's allergic to everything. And they do all right. You just got to keep an eye out on things for them. Yeah. Do I have a knife? Where's my knife? Is it in here? Kind of want the nub. Oh, I've got a kind of that'll do.
Tay says, my mom usually just gets ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. Well, the problem is I can't eat ice cream. So it's like we got one person who can't have ice cream. We got one person who can't have gluten. Yeah, it's...
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I just went with what can my daughter eat? But yeah, no, my backup plan if I got to the grocery store and the bakery was like, yeah, we're just out of cakes today or something, my backup plan was just to get her ice cream, and then I just wouldn't have any. Because it's her birthday. I don't need the dessert. It's nice if I can share the dessert, but
no kitty.
It's not a must-have.
Knife. I mean, it's not my good knife, but it's here, and that's the main thing.
Are you reading anything these days, Cleo?
Not at the moment. I'm kind of trying to remember to function as a human being, so reading has sort of taken a back seat a little bit.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm going through the final book in the Expanse series came out late last year, and so I'm going back through all 9 of the previous ones now that I've finished it. Now, most of my reading these days is book on tape because I can listen to it while I'm cleaning, and I have a lot of that to do. But yeah,
I understand.
It's one of the it's holding up. Like, I was kind of worried, sometimes when you're like, oh man, I started reading these books like 12 years ago, and I just finished the series and I'm super excited. It's like maybe I'm remembering how good the end of the series was and not like how the beginning of the series was, but they held up. I'm on the 3rd one now, and I'm like genuinely keep being surprised by things like, oh, I forgot how good this part was. I forgot how good this part was.
Oh, thank you, Red, for the 11-month sub. Better a business expense you can write off than a business benefit you kind of don't want. That's true. And Kenarusha, thank you for the biddies. Yeah, I'm at this point where I've got like loads of book series that that have just come out with the next kind of book, and I'm just like, I'm not really interested anymore.
Oh.
I need to be this. I need to have the whole book. I need to have the whole series out. So before I get into it, otherwise I will lose interest. And when the next one comes out, I don't care. So, see, example, Game of Thrones. Don't care at the moment.
I really am excited about the next Game of Thrones book just because the TV show is so terrible. I really want to see how he writes around the problems at the end of the show. He's going to have to do them differently.
Oh yeah, I suspect that's 100% what's coming.
And I'm really curious to see what approach he takes. So like that's more of like I'm academically interested in his damage control skills type of thing that I'm really excited to see how the story ends. But I'm really interested in how he did the damage control.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So yeah, Game of Thrones, I'm definitely going to be hyped for whenever it comes out. But yeah, the last book was terrible. Like, it was just one of those things where I was like, this guy's editors clearly are afraid to say no to him. They're not cutting anything out. It's the slowest, most languid stuff. Hey, don't panic, Flip. Glad you're here.
Wheel of Time did the same thing. But that was like 100 million books.
Bless you.
Sorry. But yeah.
Yeah.
It got to the point where it's sort of like it's a cast of like 80 people, and you didn't even see half of them in the book, and one of them was the main character. So, which is why I'm excited for the TV series. Because they will they've already shown that they're willing to give like story beats to other people and stuff.
Mhm.
So, is the author of the Game of Thrones book legally allowed to ignore the canon ending of the TV show? Yes.
Yeah, well, that's the thing though, is they asked him how the story ends and he wouldn't tell them. And so basically, when they ran out of books to adapt, they just started making stuff up. That's when things kind of went off the rails.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, he didn't really consult on how to end the series. Um,
I
and
think he gave them like sort of vague outlines, and then
well, yeah, and but I mean, there's no way he's gonna do what they did because it was so wildly unpopular. Like,
yeah,
um, one of my favorite tweets out of the entire pandemic was about 3 months in. Somebody goes, I think it says a lot about how the last season of Game of Thrones was received that we're 3 months into not being able to leave our homes and no one has suggested we rewatch Game of Thrones yet.
you're not wrong.
Like, we're 22 months into this or whatever now, and we still haven't rewatched Game of Thrones. Mm.
This is true. It's made very clear that the end of Game of Thrones is completely non-canon and complete ignore this nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is he going to be around to solve that problem? Is the question.
I see.
Is he going to survive?
Gotcha. I see. Don't Panic Flip. His kid had a school snow day today. Oh, that's nice. That's very convenient when that happens. Don't have to wake up. Don't have to
As
go
a
anywhere.
teacher, best days of the year.
Mm-hmm. Bunny says, Cleo's already on March. I haven't done February yet in my bullet journal. I think it probably helps that this is part of Cleo's job, so she can just be like, I'm going to spend 3 hours at work today working on my bullet journal.
It does help. It does help. Please remember that my last one took, 2 weeks to do? My last thing?
Yeah, like
and
2 3-hour sessions.
Yeah, so it's 6 hours to do it, and,
Yeah.
this is my job.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy, now that I think about it. How did I get...
Cleo, you might have seen this on Twitter, but I don't think I told you this story. Okay, so Badger ordered this shirt or whatever, and it came in, and it looks really nice or whatever, but one of the sleeves is like a foot shorter than the other.
Right.
And she's just like, I don't think that was intentional. Like, let me go back and check the website just to make sure, because it's kind of stylish, but like having this one sleeve a foot longer than the other is like avant-garde. It's not just and on the website, nope, all the models, everybody wearing the shirt, it's just a completely normal, equally length sleeves. And I told her, well, I think it looks decisive. It looks bold. You should just wear it anyway, because it's already kind of a bold shirt in general, and so the sleeves just lean into it. And so when my daughter got home from school, she showed it to her, and she says, your dad says that he thinks I should wear it anyway because it makes me look crazy on purpose. And my daughter goes, my dad's whole job is to look crazy.
Your kid is smart.
Yep.
Too smart, some might say, for her own good.
Yep.
But, she's got you on the nose, isn't she?
Yeah, apparently. Doesn't miss much.
And you wish she would at times. Because I know that, because I've worked with children. It's just like, you could have just not. Just the once.
Charlotte Adams says, there's something magical about opening YouTube at 3 a.m. and seeing this. I guess you live in Australia or something, but good day, Charlotte Adam.
Hi. We're very sorry that you had to experience this.
Yeah. I should probably find out how to say, like, good day in, like, Indonesian or whatever too, because like for all I know, this person's in Jakarta or something. I don't know where it's 3 a.m. right now, but I'm assuming it's like somewhere in that like general part of the world.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I think that's a fair assessment.
Okay, because I guess that would be 7 hours west of me. So that Hawaii, I think, might be like 4 hours west of me, 5 hours. Yeah, that works out. That's probably Australia. I don't know.
I mean, it is a fair assumption to say that, if they're on our stream, it's probably an English speaking country. That usually is a
I mean, Indonesia's technically
oh,
there's English speakers in
that's
Indonesia. I
true.
mean,
I
like,
mean, there's English speakers everywhere, but
yeah,
think horses, not zebras, is what I'm saying.
that's fair.
Sanderson is already in waiting to finish the last 12 books of Game of Time.
I really
Game of
actually like
Thrones?
Sanderson. No, well, so when the Wheel of Time guy died, they
Oh, I
hired
know.
Sanderson to
I know.
finish it for him, which is the only thing that makes me want to read Wheel of Time. But I don't want to read all the other guys' books just so I can get to the Sanderson one, and I also don't want to
Like,
jump in on the last book of a series. So
you know what you can do? Watch the
not,
TV show.
yeah,
Watch the TV show, and then when they get to his books, you go, that makes sense, because they're probably the only bits that are not going to get adapted. Because they've already, I mean, to be fair, the adaptions have been spot on. They've introduced, like, the queer relationships that were implied are now explicit, which has, done wonders for my self-esteem, obviously.
yeah,
But
self-esteem.
yay. Well, remember, I was reading these when I was about 14, and I was like, eh. So it helped. But like, if you want to read books 1 to 4, they're fun. Books 1 to 4 are great, and then you get into the slog. So after that, just don't. But yeah, they've done lots of things, and they haven't done the kind of magical teleporting Rand, which has been great, because giving parts to other people to do is wonderful. So yeah, the characters are much better rounded in the CV series. I don't hate anyone.
Well, that's a good life
shock.
goal in general.
I mean, I tend not to hate people. I tend to get exasperated with people. Joe.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
But no, it's just it's nice, and they've also given this like high-tech backstory kind of thing as to like the world is poop now, but it didn't used to be poop, and you see it, and it's like, oh, this is nice. So
I watched The Eternals last night for the first time.
I've not seen it.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say it doesn't open strong. It opens with like black screen, white text, and it's like in the beginning, Arasham created the first sun. I was like, okay, cool. Are we gonna see that? And then more text shows up, and then more text shows up. I'm like, I want to see Arasham create the first sun. And then they never show it. The whole movie, they're just like, you just need to take it for granted that Arasham creates the first sun. I'm like, this is a visual medium. You have the most money. They have so much money. Marvel has more money than God because they're Disney, and God doesn't really need money. And so, they're just like, no. We're just gonna go super cheap on this first sun thing. And I'm like, show me some cosmology. Don't just tell me.
And you want to know what the worst part is? They probably have comic books that they could have used if they wanted to be truly cheap.
Oh, they could have just shown a panel from the comic of Arasham creating the first sun. That would have been... Yeah, I would have accepted that. That would have been stylistic and fine.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
It really annoys me when they don't use their own stuff.
Yeah, the movie was fine on the whole, but like it had a few things I like. In that, like, since the characters have been around forever, you know how in like Highlander or in Good Omens they could just have like a flashback to them hanging out in Greece in 1200 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they had a lot of like time travel, or not time travel, but like, you know, we've been around for 7,000 years, flashbacks to random cities in the ancient eras. That I liked. I like, it wasn't a movie without merits, but like it did not open well. Like, yeah, show me Arasham creating the first sun, or I'm not gonna believe you.
I like how they're now having in my chat having a discussion about Rand. He didn't teleport. He ran on a shelf of raw air, which is obviously better. He teleported. We all know he teleported in the book. You can't deny that. Sorry, no.
You know what? Maybe I'm gonna just throw away all my plans for the next season and just be like, this season is all about the Hermitcraft creation myth, and I'm just gonna just gonna like go through every major culture's creation myth, and it's like, you see what happened was one day Rendog dipped a spear into the endless ocean and created the first island, and then the next week it'll be something else, like you know, on the first day pearlescent moons separated the light and the darkness.
Saying nothing.
Or no, it would be Corrales. So on the first day, Corrales separated the light from the darkness so he could see all your sweet faces.
On the second day, Corrales made bushes.
Yay. Little Irish girl says, do it, do it. Thank you for the vote of confidence, little Irish girl.
Meow, meow, meow. What? Eternals was one of my least favourite MCU films. Still better than The Incredible Hulk or Thor Dark World. No. Okay. You get some pettings. Not all the pettings that you want, but some of them. Everything is better than Dark World. I never actually remember. No, I've seen Dark World. I don't remember it, which probably says something.
Yeah, I think I had it on while I was vacuuming. Like, that was... I put it on. I'm like, I'll do some cleaning done while I put this on. I'll vacuum when it's over. It's like, no, I'll vacuum now.
What I want to do at some point is do, like, Marvel movies in order of when they occurred.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, that's one of the things I want to do.
Oh, I just rewatched The Leftovers as well the last few weeks. I don't know if you ever saw that. It was on HBO.
Canada Russia just tips $1 and says, your conversation reminded me of watching Joe streams as someone who doesn't know English pronunciation very well because I mostly learned English from books. He pronounces nothing like I thought it was pronounced. Some of the things that Joe pronounces isn't pronounced how other people think it's pronounced.
Yeah.
To be fair. Mind you, I have that same issue, so, you know. It's what it's.
Yeah, somebody is just like, I don't know what a bush is. And it's like, well, it's kind of like a bush, but more enthusiastic.
No! Watch Marvel in chronological order and it took an entire time. I wouldn't mind watching it in chronological order. But I would probably not keep up with it because I'd get to Thor Dark World and go, do we have to?
No, that's the thing, Cleo, is you don't have to.
Do I not?
No.
Well, that's good to know. Good to know. Hi, little kitty paws. You want cuddles? You have to come up for cuddles. Cuddles, 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 cuddles. There we go. And gone. Ugh. Starting with Agent Carter. I don't think so.
Agent Carter is actually a pretty good show.
Yeah, but I don't think I'd do the shows.
Oh. But then you're going to miss Agent Carter.
I suppose that would have to be what it has to be. Learn English pronunciation from British period dramas. Oh my god. I suppose that would work, yes. If you wanted to be an 18th century slumlord. I'm assuming you don't.
Well, I mean, it would imply that you develop time travel. So, I mean, like, you know, that part's good on you.
I mean, I haven't developed time travel yet. We've established this. Not yet. It's coming.
Okay, I'm realizing I totally did that wrong. That should be foot wraps.
Just trying to figure out plants I could put on here now.
This is kind of coming together.
It is. You are correct. Scratching the bottom of her tail. It's her favourite place. Ugh. Above stairs or below stairs accents. I haven't.
I think below stairs is my favorite new way to say downstairs, because it also implies kind of that, like, oh yeah, you sleep in the bedroom under the stairs. Not really a bedroom.
It's more a closet now.
Yeah.
I think there's. March also needs birthday balloons and cake. For you, I'm assuming, Michaela?
It's not my birthday.
Not my birthday either.
Oh, did you ever get around to seeing Willy's Wonderland? That Nicolas Cage movie?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Of course I have.
It's pretty good. Speaking of, it's your birthday and we want you
I'm not
to have fun.
convinced that it would be. I would classify it as good.
What?
I would classify it as a thing that is watchable.
It's a film that
because-
exists.
It is a film that
Cleo
exists
will-
that I have watched.
We'll concede.
It's okay.
It has a lot of good pinball in it too.
It's like definitely something that I think people should watch.
Mm-hmm.
But don't go into it expecting something good.
What? Go into it expecting something interesting, at least, though. It is.
It's interesting. But
It's a very interesting film.
Good.
Yeah. So apparently, Nicolas Cage had said to his agent that he wanted to be in a movie where he had to act without speaking, and like
Definitely did that.
and they came across this script, and like Cage like helped finance the film because he wanted to do it so badly.
Surprised Cage has any money left. To be fair, he does sometimes just take movies for a paycheck.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I remember, well, and it's also weird, too, because, like, you would think, like, oh, okay, well, I'm sure that this guy makes a ton of money off this or whatever, but, like, you know, somebody's royalties from being in something like the B movie might exceed all the royalties for the thing they're famous for, you know? Like, there was an interview with the guy who starred in Breaking Bad, Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
And Howard Stern asked him, if he made enough money from Breaking Bad, now he could just be in whatever he wanted. And Bryan Cranston said, "Oh, I made like no money from Breaking Bad. I made all my money off Malcolm in the Middle, so then I could be in whatever I wanted, and whatever I wanted was Breaking Bad, and they didn't really pay me." You know, so
Yeah. I mean, Malcolm in the Middle was ruddy good.
oh, it was great, but and it was also on a major network, and it ran for a lot of seasons, and so yeah, so like people think of Bryan Cranston, oh yeah, he's the star of Breaking Bad. It's like, yeah, but he was the star of Breaking Bad because he made Malcolm in the Middle, and then could do stuff basically for free, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nicolas Cage having random money to like, this is the opposite of doing it for free, basically at that point, where he's like putting his own money into the picture because he wants it to get made.
Yeah, and Nicolas Cage is also playing himself in one of his most recent movies.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Neither have I, but you know, something to watch out for.
Mm-hmm.
Grates on you when you hear a bit taken on English accent. It's an awful mix of Cockney Pauper and Mary Poppins and Northern Miner. Yeah, that's a thing that happens. Like regularly with Joe.
What'd I do?
Just your English accent's coming to haunt us again.
I haven't used a British accent the whole stream. Or English.
You used an Irish one.
That's not... Ireland is not part of England.
Northern Ireland is. It's not, wow.
I was doing a Dublin accent.
Fair. United Kingdom. What? You were not. Give me that.
I should sound like a proper Dubliner.
Damn it, Joe.
What? Was that not close?
Not saying anything for fear of incriminating myself.
What? You don't want people to know you've never been to Ireland?
I haven't actually been to Ireland.
Well, that's evident from the fact that you didn't recognize my perfect Dublin accent.
Angry badgers for both of you at this rate. Best I can do is a Disney leprechaun accent.
A Disney what? Disney leprechaun?
Leprechaun accent.
What Disney stuff has leprechauns in it? Star Wars doesn't. Back to the Future doesn't. Moana doesn't.
Moana doesn't have leprechauns, you're lying.
I can't think of a single Disney thing that has leprechauns in it.
No. My brain is going to Darby O'Gill and the Little People, but I'm pretty sure that's not Disney. Maybe Mr. Boogity, but I'm struggling because all I remember is being terrified of that thing. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone doing Joe's Irish accent on the streets of Dublin or Belfast will find themselves in a lot of trouble very quickly.
Disney Channel original Luck of the Irish. The kid was a half leprechaun who played basketball. Okay, that tracks.
Yeah, no, we should have expected something like that, to be fair.
Yeah. I'll concede that is probably real and that I don't want to watch it.
Oh. I'm 60% sure Darby O'Gill and the Little People. Yeah, that was about now please remember I was maybe 7 when I watched this. It was about Darby O'Gill who caught a leprechaun.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was something about a banshee who was going to kill them. Something like that.
Well, did you hear Peter Dinklage went off on Disney about the new Snow White live action movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a lot of actors were just like, he's not Chief Dwarf, which I'm sorry, I found quite funny, but I understand. They're quite annoyed about the fact that Disney are no longer doing that. So it's a thing.
Yeah. Oh, did you see? Sorry, I know this is just like now movie talk, but did you see the new Matrix movie?
No.
Okay, did you ever watch Steven Spielberg Presents Tiny Toon Adventures?
I've watched Tiny Toon Adventures, yes.
Okay, well, basically, Tiny Toon Adventures was just Steven Spielberg spending a bunch of Warner Brothers' own money to mock Warner Brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is the new Matrix movie. It is Lana Wachowski just burning an insane amount of Warner Brothers money to mock them. It is arguably not a good sequel to The Matrix, but it is an incredible spiritual successor to Tiny Toon Adventures and puts Wachowski ahead of Spielberg in this very one specific sense. I found it hilarious, and I recommend everyone watch it.
Oh, okay.
Like, I want Warner Brothers to see how much money this makes them and then keep handing Lana Wachowski money to mock them more. Like, if Tiny Toons can get a second season, we need more Matrix movies at this point.
I mean, if it is what it is, go for it. If it works.
Yeah.
I'm sure they won't care so long as it makes them money.
Oh, like, for example, one of the main new hackers' names is Bugs. Like Bugs Bunny.
Right.
And even says, like, what's up, Doc, and stuff. It's just like, oh my god.
Well.
Oh, and, you know how there is the, have you seen Book of Boba Fett? Or not Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian? There's,
I've seen the first season, yeah.
Yeah, you know how in the first season, there's that, the Imperial guy, played by Werner Herzog, who's like, I want to see the baby. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so they named one of the characters in this movie the baby. So everybody's always asking about the baby. And it's just like...
Right.
It's just the stupidest thing. And it's like, some people are like, I don't really think that this is a serious attempt to make a new Matrix film. And I'm like, it's not! It's a hilarious attempt to make a new Matrix film.
So people who are going in there expecting to be pandered to are not being pandered to. I understand.
I mean, they pandered to me. I love things that mock Warner Brothers. That was fan service top to bottom.
Thank you for the bits, Paleo. It's appreciated. Oh, my face. My face. I'm having an allergic reaction. Right.
Oh, can we see?
No.
Okay.
It involves my face.
Well, I just figured I'd ask.
Okay. 1 second. I'll be right back.
Get well soon.
I'm alright.
Sooner. Okay, so this is kind of coming together. Okay, so Cleo's chat. Do you have any questions for me about Cleo? Reptilian Totemkeeper says, I thought they'd both do it since they both make the original trilogy? Well, I don't think either of them wanted to do it, but basically Warner Brothers, they had a contract with Warner Brothers that said they got right of first refusal to Matrix movie if another one was made. But if they said no, then Warner Brothers could just give it to, like, James Gunn or somebody. They couldn't stop another movie from being made. They could only demand to be in charge of it if it were made. And only one of the Wachowskis actually wanted to put up with it.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, I'm allergic to my cats, is what I'm saying. When I stroke them, I actually scratch my face, and that causes my face to run and itch and swell and all those sorts of things.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's what's going on right now. So, I might duck out sooner than I thought I was going to.
Oh, that's fine. I'm wrapping up this picture pretty soon anyway.
Yeah, because my face is just on fire.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. But yes, I am allergic to my cats, for those people who wondered. Ugh. I knew I was getting snotty and itchy, and I was just like, well, why is that happening to cats? Blech. I don't know what kind of flour to do on this bottom part. Blech.
Yeah.
Blech. Primrose? Don't know what primrose looks like. Well, I've been keeping it white and green. So if you look, this flower is white and these ones are white. So
My original plan to layer the dark green on top of the light green is not going very well.
flower with red thorns. Don't you know I'm colorblind first? I love that you're just naming plants, and I'm just like, I have no idea what that looks like. So,
Clover.
I can't do a giant clover.
Why not? Isn't March when St. Patrick's Day is?
Probably. I'm not Irish, though. Flowering wildly. Actually, I am going to have to go because my face is getting worse and I need to, like, wash it and stuff.
Oh, that's totally fair. Well, you know what? I have actually just concluded this picture, and so rather than starting another one, I will end my stream in solidarity.
In solidarity of the pain.
And also, I want to get
right.
another slice of pizza.
I mean, that's reasonable.
It's right in the fridge.
Go get your pizza. I will see you lot next time, guys. Thank you for hanging out. It's very much appreciated. I will find someone to raid. I'm sure Joe will do the same.
Yep.
I'll see you next time, Joe.
Catch you later, Cleo. Bye, Cleo. Okay, everybody, we're going to raid our friend Pearlescent Moon, who's building Legos. We should have had her join us. Whoops. Womp womp. So, when you get over there, say howdy, y'all. Joe Hills raid here. And until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Do-do-do-do.